So here we will create our own Docker file, and we will push that code into our Dockerhub account. And for this, there are some prerequisites. So prerequisites are like you should have a Docker engine in the running state. Then you should have a project directory where you can save your code. So code is important when you are building a Docker file. Then you must have a Docker file, and that Docker file will consisting of code in syntax of from then here will be package name. Various ports are being exposed at the last. So within from you will import the package. Then you will copy the code. Whatever code is present in your directory, you will copy with the copy command. Then, then you should have a run command where any on top of OS we are having supporting libraries, and then we are running applications. Suppose you want to run a Python. So the command that will be run will be Python is a package name, and within that then you are having file name .py. This type of syntax is present after the run, and within the expose you are, suppose you want to expose the port number, means within the container you are running the code, and then from your physical machine you are connecting for ports. So that can happen with the help of expose command. So this type of syntax will be there in a Docker file, and these three things are important. Also, wherever you will fire the commands, that command should be perfect, else you will not get the proper output. So what I'm doing, what I will try to Dockerize a Python application. So first of all, I will navigate to one of the folder. So here I am creating Python Docker as the directory name. Okay, I think that's already present. I'm just entering to, I'm going with cd python docker command. So in this way I have created a directory, just a simple directory. So within directory, first of all you should have a Python program or any type of program. You can try for Dockerizing it, but the syntax will be different for different languages. So right now I will create one Python file. So here I'm going with new hyphen item test.py. Now I will try to edit it with the help of VS Code. So I'm going with code space test.py. This will open file in a VS Code. Now let's go through adding some syntax, and here we will try for just printing for hello world. So I'm entering print in bracket. I'm going with double inverted, and I'm just entering message hello world, and I'm saving this. So I'm closing or minimizing it, and suppose I want to run this file, I can try for python space name of file, and this type of program will show the output, that is hello world. Now we want to Dockerize app or any code. So here we will build a Docker file. So for this I am going with new hyphen item, then name of file is Dockerfile. Here D should be in a capital. Also this one is only one word, so don't write it like Docker and then file. Okay, it will not provide you proper output. So here I'm creating a Docker file. After that I'm editing a Docker file. So I'm going with code space Docker file. Then I'm having code with me regarding Docker file, and let's go through the code. So this one is the simplest code you can try for dockerizing a Python code. So here syntax is like this. First of all, from means Python packages are being downloaded. Here you can either enter a version or you can go with latest. If you are entering a latest Python package will be used. Then you are creating a working directory. Now this will happen within a container when you are running an image. So the directory that is required will be USR. Within USR you are having app directory, then source is a directory, default directory. Then you will copy whatever code is present in your system. So right now I have entered a test.py. So I will just edit this file. So here I'm going with copying test.py, and then command for running, that will be cmd. Within bracket you can have name of application, that is Python, comma after it. Then in double inverted you will have dot slash, means hidden output of Python file, that will be test.py in our case. So this is the whole syntax for Dockerfile, which will Dockerize a Python program present in same directory. So I'm just saving this, and now I will try for listing of Docker images in my system. And for this, the basic command that can be Docker images command. So when you are entering Docker images, here you can see that various images which are present in this. What I will do, I will build our own image, and that can be done with Docker build command. So I'm going with Docker build, build hyphen t for adding tag, and I will name this with my username of Dockerhub. Dockerhub account, various images are present. Now Dockerhub, which is used for uploading your own Docker image, and that image can be used by so many people around the world. And also on a production level, when we are having different softwares, suppose you want to use a database, but you don't have that much of time, or you don't want to invest that much of time for you configuration for the same, creating user accounts, all these details, you can simply search for that particular database. You can try to pull that image and you can run it. So here you can see that this is a MySQL, this is a MariaDB, all type of database are present over here. Suppose you want to try for servers, web servers, you can also try for Nginx image from here. You can simply pull it, run it in your environment, and your environment will be ready. So likewise we will create our own image, so that if particular user pull that image and run it, he did not have to build a simple hello world program. So now I'm just entering my username. So if I'm checking for Dockerhub, this one is my username. So I will just copy it and I will paste it over here. And the name of image I am keeping as this is Python. So I can go with Python hello world as the image name. And then after paste I have to add dot. This is important. If you are not adding dot when building this image, your command will not run properly. So that's a very important step over here. And then I'm entering, and after that whatever code was there within a Docker file, that will be implemented, and that will create one Docker image for you. So then I'm going with Docker image command, which will list all images which are present in my system, and I want to check whether my image is there. So here you can see that this was image that has been created by us with the latest tag by default. This one is image ID, and other details are also there. Now I can run this image locally, or I can upload this image. So for uploading this image I can try for Docker push and name of image. So our image name was Python hello world and the tag was latest. So I'm going with docker push command. So it's preparing the image and it will upload it to my Dockerhub account. Then suppose I want to run this program, run this image. Now I can navigate for my profile, and here is my image, that is Python hello world. And I can also try for pulling it, but before that let me delete my current image which is present in the system. So I can try for docker rmi command, and here is image id. I'm just copying it. I'm going with docker rmi, then image name and hyphen up after it. So it has deleted my image. Now I will try to pull my online image, remote image, to my local machine. So I'm going with docker pull and then image name, and then we will try to run it. So for running this, you can try for docker run command and image after it, and it will run in a container. The program that we have tried, which will run in a container and will show output. So here we are getting output as hello world. So in this way, any user can use our image. Okay. So right now I'm just going with history command, and all the commands that I have tried, I'm pasting it in a group. So first of all, you have to create a project folder. Then within the project code itself, second step, you have to create a program file or any program code or any program application code. So in Windows, you can try for new hyphen item. In case of Linux, you can try for touch command. Linux or Mac, you can try for touch command. Then you can edit it. So next step is you have to edit. You have to edit the code. So for editing code, you can try for code space name of file .py in case you are on Windows, or you can also try for notepad as well. If you are having notepad, that's fine. So you can go with notepad space name of file. Then you can try for running it locally. So here I'm adding a comment that you can run it locally. Then next step, you have to create a Docker file. So for creating Docker file, you can go with new hyphen item Docker file, or you can use touch space Docker file in case of Linux. And for editing, you can also use nano or vim. Here I am just adding nano space test.py. Then you can edit Docker file. So you can edit Docker file over here. Then you can list images which are present in your system. So this command which is used for list Docker images. Then you have to build your own image. So this command that is used for build Docker image from Dockerfile. Then you can again list it. You can again go with listing of images. Then this command which is used for pushing your image to Dockerhub. So this is for push Docker image to Dockerhub. And if image is ready at Dockerhub, you can pull it and try to run it from any computer or any machine, or also you can try it on a EC2 as well. So this one is for pull Docker image and run locally. This is for listing images. Okay, so this type of syntax you can follow. Also I'm pasting Dockerfile code and Python code. So Python code is consisting of print hello world only. So when you are creating a Python code, here I am also adding a command that copy following code to Python file. I am also adding a Dockerfile code. So we have saved it in a test.py in our case. Now, yes, when we are editing a Docker file, we can go with code space Docker file over here, and here I am adding command paste following code to Docker file. So here name of file will be whatever file name that has been present in your local system. That's important, else you will get error after the building. And the software that are used for all this practice, which are Docker desktop, you can install it from this official website. I'm also listing it. And if you are on a Linux, you can simply try for sudo yum install docker, or if you are on Ubuntu, you can go with the selecting agent, or and you can install the Docker over there. After installing Docker, you can try for Docker login command. Here you can enter your username and password of Dockerhub. So signing up for Dockerhub is mandatory. Dockerhub account. So I'm also entering Dockerhub URL over here. That is hub.docker.com. So very first step will be installation of Docker desktop first. And then you have to sign up for Dockerhub. And then you can try for signing into Docker by using Docker login command. In case you are on Linux, you have to use sudo. before all the commands that we have tried. Suppose you want to list images, you can go with sudo docker images.